Thanks. Hi, guys.
Frogonites.
Hey, everybody. Doug from the Frog News Network. I'm Doug Cusman, and this is Mike Penny.
What's up,
A
Frogonites?
special guest appearance. Where are y'all watching us from? Lexington, Virginia. Let's Ohio in the house. Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Dayton, Ohio.
South Carolina. Salina,
I
Ohio.
love the sound.
Rainy, Georgia.
Rainy, Georgia.
Georgia.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Rainy nights in Georgia.
Mooresville, North
Carolina.
That's right. Where you at a little bit, almost?
Australia. Boyne Island in Australia.
All right.
Japan in the house. Holy cow,
Shrimp on the
Japan.
Barbie. Martinsville,
Whiteville, North
Virginia.
Carolina.
Best track I ever been to, Martinsville, Virginia. You're right down there, Chicken Bone Alley. That's at the bottom where everybody throws a chicken.
Baghdad, Kentucky. Orlando, Florida.
Sydney, Australia. You ready to call that one?
I agree with you, Tommy. Epstein didn't hang himself.
That's it.
Sydney, Australia. Wow.
Oh, people are talking back and forth to each other. Guys, it's going pretty fast already.
North Carolina.
I know it's going to go up.
Sarasota, Florida. Chicago.
Virginia. Welcome to.
What's up, brothers?
Virgil.
What's up?
Hey, Virgil. Leesburg.
Texas.
Here's my Leesburg, Virginia.
Sydney, Ohio. Michigan in the house.
Utah in the house.
Tennessee, we love you too.
West Virginia. Girl in the house.
AZ, Arizona.
All right, guys and girls, share this out. Share it out. Like the page. Share it out. Let's get this. God wants us to reach as many people as possible because it's not about us. It's about helping people understand what's going on. And we love you guys. Share it out. Share it out.
Big Mike.
Big Mike is on the stream tonight.
That's right.
Oregon,
Wisconsin.
Vicky from West Virginia.
Tobaccoville, North Carolina.
Horrible. I've been there. I've been through
Ontario,
there.
Canada.
All right.
Christie,
Oklahoma.
Texas.
It's Oklahoma, the show me state. Is that what that is? Wisconsin, the cheese
Maryland
state.
in the house.
Upstate New York in the house. I missed it. It went right on by. Maryland in the house. Forest Lake, Minnesota in the house. South Carolina. I click on them and they're ready to change. Come on, share it out, guys. Share it out. Don't be shy. Tell your friends.
I appreciate everybody understanding my absence with the move.
Mikey's moving, and plus he's got a lot of things going on. We'll tote the water. It'll be all right.
Southern Illinois, Minnesota,
San Antonio, Texas. Been there. What a beautiful spot San Antonio is. Loved it. Went to a little town out there called Hondo, about 25 miles to the west, where they carry guns around like it's still the Wild Wild West.
Cooperville, North Carolina. Wow.
Cooper. I thought that was going to be a little bit.
Gunnersville, Alabama. Fulton, Missouri. Stafford, Virginia.
Stratford, Virginia.
Clayton, North Carolina is where I live.
Clayton, right near Raleigh. A few miles away, not far. I've been down there to see him one time. We met at the Chicken Shack.
Yeah. We're going to get in some geopolitical news here shortly, guys.
Yeah. Hold the forking line.
Where is Lady Justice?
And let us know if there's trolls.
Harrison, Georgia. Joplin, Missouri.
Let me see.
How many we got on, Doug?
We're 1,100 right now.
All right, let's kickstart this thing.
All right, guys. Don't forget to share this out. Big event and rally today. I just missed it. That was a little bit boing. Yep, they were lynching the governor. What?
Hey, shoot Christy a link. Let her come on and tell her about it.
Oh,
Tell her
okay.
about event right quick.
All right, get to talking then, because I'm gonna shoot her the link.
All right, so Christy's going to get a link to come join us on the live stream and tell us about the live event they had in Raleigh, North Carolina today. And I'll let her tell you more about that. But you know, the topic today is where's Lady Justice? Where's Durham? Everybody I know is sitting on the edge of their seat, waiting to see what's going to happen. And guys, this is at the point where we have to hold the fork in line, just like Doug is saying, and we have to manage our own expectations. Okay? When I say that, it's just a simple discipline like the military uses, okay, that allows things to unfold naturally in God's time. And it requires your faith. It requires your patience, or you to learn patience. Like myself, I need to learn patience. I feel like the Arizona stuff could really topple things here in the coming couple of days, but that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. I also feel like the dams are breaking. A couple of them have already flooded a couple of cities over in China. You know, there's a lot happening that are these markers that we've been waiting for. Okay. And when I say waiting for markers, we've given, you know, the community has given out several dates and stuff where stuff didn't happen. And it causes us to get down on the movement, get down on ourselves. Maybe it causes us to begin to think that seeing at least justice is a wishful thing. Well, guess what? It's not.
Well, here's a couple of things. You guys ask about the dams. I sent Mike a video today of this whole town because of the dams. It's just collapsing over there, but you don't see that on the news. I sent that to him today. There's things going on behind the scenes that you're just not seeing. There's a big reason that Richard, citizen journalist, is not in D.C. He probably had to sign one of the pieces of paper, and they told him there was more action out west. I believe in my heart Arizona's got a lot to do what's going on. What I've seen today, they've already found 250,000 ballots that plus that are no good. Okay,
they've almost gone through 2 million ballots.
So far, I think the count is they found 500,000 votes for our guy. And if that's the case, we don't need to do the other states. I mean, that's overwhelming evidence just in one state. It's not going to be different in the other swing states. It's going to be the same or worse because they just exposed. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead.
They just exposed the pillow guy. Just exposed. They found the way they did it, the algorithm and everything down to the T, and they can go to each county and tell you actually how many votes they added through the machine. They have found out exactly how they did it. There were some cases out in Arizona where Biden had 50,000 votes before they even started voting.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think the military scene is all as much as they need to see, in my opinion.
Yes.
And, it might not be where it needs to go to other states. There might be so much overwhelming evidence that and I talked to Mike about this earlier today. I'm more worried about the convention center they're at. I know they're downloading that information on that server they got right there, but they need to get that information out of that building and somewhere else because it's not beyond these assholes to send a supersonic missile right into that place like they did in Memphis. So I would hope
on Christmas Day,
Space Force is watching that place, and I would hope that like Scud missiles or whatever them Patriot missile things are set up close to there, and the military is close because as we go further down the road, I would imagine that's when all the actors are going to get involved. That's why Richard's headed out there, journalist is headed out there because it's about to get real out there, and I believe nothing's going to happen until we get the results for that. But that's just me.
Well, I feel like that, one, there's no leaks. Two, they've given us updates as often as they could. The updates are factual. Rob Grove, think about hold that thought about India and the COVID in India. We'll talk about that later on here shortly. Let's continue on with the Arizona talk right a second. But I'm fully agree. Mark, Milk-K has to put out disinformation on purpose.
All of them do.
They all are tasked with it from time to
I got
time
people
throughout this
messaging
whole
me all day. Is
this
Trump
whole
really
movement.
getting arrested? No, he's not getting arrested. That's
No.
disinformation.
It's just misinformation. Yes, less than 11,000 votes he lost Arizona. So
let's put it this way. Remember, there's Arizona tea you can buy at the store. That tea's a brewing right now. That tea's a brewing. Monkey is a good source, but you got to know that they hold him back too.
Yes, they hold him back. They hold him back. They're throttling a lot of us patriots right now because we're in the final stages. We're in the final stages of cleaning this all up and putting it out in front of the people, guys.
I believe we're being throttled tonight.
Yes. Trump.
Go ahead.
Trump never stopped being president. I hate to tell you all that. Okay. The military, as far as we know, agreed. I do know that generals were made to step down yesterday. Some more generals were made to step down. I do know that. I'm trying to stay on the line for what I can say without getting my hands slapped. I know some more generals were forced to step down yesterday. I do know that there was other activity that can't be talked about just yet with Russia and the United States. There's a lot going on, guys, and it's going to come to the forefront. But I think the thing that we all need to focus on, one is the Maricopa County thing, and two is, where's justice? Where is Durham? Okay. Aside from those three things, those are things that we have to kind of wait on them for. What we don't have to wait on them for is there's movements going all over the country. If you remember last week or the week before, we did a show where we put a video in the group and asked you to go watch the video and then go get all the back information so that you had the fundamentals of it. That was very important that we visit that again, okay? Because if you're not doing those things, you're missing out on the local fight, which is where we're needed at, okay? We need to, focus on Arizona and those results, and hope and praying for those people that it stays safe and that they get the word out. Okay, they get an actual factual count and it gets brought to the public. Okay, two, understand that either Trump is coming back July 4th officially, or he never left. One of the two. Okay, if not both. Okay, there's going to be a July the 4th celebration. All right. And the third thing is our local efforts, like Christy's getting ready to talk about right now. We're going to turn it over to Christy in just a second. So thanks for jumping on with us, Christy, and tell us how things went today. Excuse me. Doug, if I missed anything so far?
No, you're doing great. We'll just pick up right from there, but we'll let Christy talk right now. She's on. Tell us what's going on, girl. No volume. Hold on. I just cut it off. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read everybody kind of a little bit of the back so you know where this is coming from. So what happened today was in regards to hearing the health chairs and Speaker Moore hear the House Bill 558. And that's really what was addressed today. And it was really important for Speaker Moore to see the turnout, to hear see the emails and the calls coming in. And from the live videos, I was in tune to a lot of the live videos today. I could not find a ride there, but I have connections to people who were there today. So I have sent emails. I have done phone calls. I participated in it virtually. And there were a lot of things that happened. And the numbers that turned out, I don't know what the specific numbers are, but I'm going to post something tomorrow when I'm allowed back on Facebook and share with you all some of the clips from some friends of mine who were there and some pictures and some feedback. And it was astonishing and immaculate, the turnout that they had today. So the whole point of the turnout today, and then I'm going to read to you guys something else that I think is happening this week as well on Thursday, is preventing Cooper from requiring jab passports. Okay, now to the best, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, there are no passports at this point in time that have been passed that are required in any.
40.
There are
40 states have already shot it down.
correct. That's what I was saying. Right.
Yeah.
So our concern, and I don't like using the word fear because we all know that that's false evidence appearing real, right? But I would say the concern is that we are seeing that Cooper wants to be a leader in getting this done. And I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think it is a fear tactic of going through the motions, just like a lot of this stuff is, to really instill fear. And, maybe there is that 2% chance that it could happen. But our thought is that he wants to be the leader, to be able to dictate to get this done and, be the rah-rah first person to do this. Although I believe that it would have to go through the Supreme Court. I mean, there's a lot of hoops and stuff that it would have to pass, which I don't think it will, to come to the final stage of that being done. The point is, he's attempting it. He's trying to do it. That's the whole point. And so it's our responsibility to do everything to show that we are fighting back, because also what Moore wants to see is us taking that initiative to help potentially get rid of Cooper's emergency powers. So the initiative and the steps taken are really important to just showing up, because what I've heard is that Moore thinks that Tim Moore, right? I think, okay. He thinks that his perception is, for the lack of turnout and the lack of initiative, that most North Carolinians are supporting Cooper. And that could not be, in my opinion, unless I'm missing something, further from the truth. Although I'm sure that there are a handful of people that are, So I think that just as much as the initiative that he's taking, it's important on our end to, if you can physically show up, that's better. If you can't, to be making the calls, to be sending those emails. And I will absolutely put that in the Telegram thread as well. But that was the whole purpose of today. And so they really did have a really great turnout. And like I said, just reiterating, I will put that on my thread when I can tomorrow. And then, let's see. Let me just read to you what I just got. Might take me a hot second to find this.
While you're looking, I want to address Tim Moore. I think it's great that he's trying to be a leader in keeping this passport thing down in North Carolina. The thing is, guys, is we don't need Tim Moore to get this done either. There's enough we the people to keep this from happening in a peaceful manner even, okay? The next time Cooper opened his mouth, he would have to understand that he would be signing his own jail sentence, okay? He would, because it's a crime against humanity, and it goes against the Constitution, not only in the state of North Carolina, but in the United States as well, to even attempt the passport thing. All right. We should be able to conveniently let them know, okay, all of them, not just Cooper, but all of them, the crazy lady, the health secretary, all of them know that if they keep bringing this up and they keep forcing these mandates that aren't laws down our throats and trying to rule over us when they're there to serve us, okay, that we're going to remove them.
Right.
Period. Absolutely. And it ain't going to be just a remove by vote. It's going to be, they will be removed immediately. All right. Because we have the numbers. There are more of us than there are of them.
Absolutely.
I have the information regarding Thursday, and then if you don't mind, and then when we're done, I'll kind of leave and just listen to you guys. I do have a couple questions regarding this topic, if you guys don't mind when I'm done.
Go for it.
So the last thing that I received, and again, this does pertain to North Carolina, okay? There's a public hearing May the 6th, okay? The state board will host a virtual public hearing. So everybody should be able to see this. If this is virtual, and as I get the information, I'm happy to share it in the different groups and whatnot. The state board will host a virtual public hearing on May the 6th. accepting comments on a series of proposed rules related to the expiration of political parties, precinct observers, recounts, and campaign finances. So any and all of these things that are coming up in any sort of relation to Cooper, to Raleigh, everybody in North Carolina should be partaking in or sending feedback, emails, phone calls, whatever, doing whatever you can do, basically, is the bottom line. So I will post this information in the group in regards to today, as far as sending information, and in regards to the 6th. And for those who, that applies to, and you can also reach out to me individually, if you have any questions regarding North Carolina. So that's that as far as Thursday. So my question, Mike, is going back to what we talked about a month ago. Can you tell me or explain to me the stuff that's going on in our state and some of the other corrupt states, maybe even like Virginia, and we haven't heard much about Newsom, in these things, and going back to the helicopter rides and to where everything is now, because it seems like you're either hearing not much, but things aren't changing in the states, kind of like in Virginia. I think when I talked to Doug, they're not hearing too much about anything going on, but yet policies and things aren't changing. Where everything stands with taking these governors out and whatnot.
Okay, it stands with us. Okay, Arizona going and removing their whole school board just by a few thousand parents getting involved and doing it themselves. Okay, without the government, and installing a new one is a great example of how we need to start approaching our local officials. Okay, people, guys, it is up to us. We have the power. The majority lies with us. All right. These corrupt people cannot continue to create and administer tyranny to us and get away with it. And we think that somebody's from up above them is going to come save us, because it's not going to happen. Okay. Now, I'm not condoning starting a war, starting a fight. I'm not condoning violence in the streets. I do not expect or need any of that. What I can condone is that we have to unite. And like she said, today was a great showing in Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, Virginia, guys, no policies are changing in Virginia because the governor has completely disappeared. All right.
Yeah, let me talk to that.
All right? We only hear Cooper when it comes to this passport stuff. The rest of it is all quiet. Okay. So, there is a lot that's going on that we need to take notice of. And there's also a lot of power to yield in the correct way. And let's get united and get moving forward in our local municipalities and taking care of this stuff. Okay. Are the cops going to stop us? No, they're not going to stop us. Okay. They're not. There's too many of us and we're not doing anything wrong.
Absolutely. Like the president came here, well, whoever the hell he is, came to my town yesterday within 5 miles of my house. Okay. He came to, and he had 3 different places he went in Tidewater, York County, and then he went to Chesapeake. Then he went another place. Do you know that our governor did not greet him? No, none of them spots. It makes me wonder, is he already gone? Doesn't a governor usually be where the president's going to be? Like 3 different spots. He can't make one place with him to connect with him. Something strange about that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And, to bring up something along these lines is the question I have, if I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because I totally agree with what you guys are saying, and I'm hearing feedback from other people and stuff. So again, I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate here. So I wonder what occurs if we don't see the other people, the sheep we're stepping up. We know who the lions are, right? We know who's taking initiative, specifically even like with the mask mandates here in North Carolina, and people not taking them off. I wonder what's going to happen, other than the people, who's coming out and saying, okay, no more masks, like who these people are waiting on, because it was so interesting. And some of you guys are probably on from Florida and different areas to where life is, free, right? Or you're living in more freedom. So I just got back from Tennessee, and, I don't wear masks here in North Carolina, but even my son who's in Virginia, he didn't wear a mask the entire time. He started to, and I was like, no, you're not doing that. And then he started seeing other people, and so, it was a catching effect. And I can count on two hands, literally, how many people I saw wearing a mask. It was the minority, not the majority. And it didn't matter which county, which whatever, you were in. It was freaking awesome just to see people smiling, to see people laughing, to see people conversing, to see people's facial expressions. And again, I do that here, but I'm in the minority, here. So what if the majority of people don't wake up and don't take these masks off? What's going to be the catalyst? What's going to be the thing to
The thing is, Christy, is as our Groovy Garden says it right here. It's no longer time for us to wake up, people. Okay, it is time to unite the lions and let's go on.
Right.
Okay, we need to quit worrying about the people that haven't taken the mask off and start moving forward and getting rid of the people that caused the shit in the first place.
That's
Agreed.
it.
Right. Agreed. Totally agree. It's very disheartening though to see all these people. All we can do is pray.
It is disheartening, and look, they're gonna, when the truth does come out and justice does prevail on a federal level. Okay, the lies that they're going to be understood that they've been told, these people are going to be devastated. Some of the stuff we're going to be devastated about, and we know. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, it's time to go take care of what we can take care of in our local municipalities, and let's not worry about waking people up. Let's not worry about our differences, okay? Let's worry about uniting and taking back what is rightfully ours, our rights, our unalienable rights, our God-given rights in a peaceful way, and let these people know that as soon as it all goes down, it's never going to happen again.
Cool.
Exactly. And one of the other things too to be addressed in some of these corrupt states, and again, I can only speak to North Carolina since that's where I am. The thing is that I am seeing firsthand, and you guys know this, and I'm happy to be a resource for anybody in the Lake Norman area, is services being denied, which is a bunch of BS, to people who are not choosing to comply, like I have had in several instances. However, I'm the type of person who I'm going to take initiative on that. I'm just not going to let it slide and comply. I'm going to take the bull by the horn and address it and do something about it, or at least do what I can to address it, in a lawful manner, to have my rights not denied, and there are resources, and if you need them, reach out to me. There are places and people and things that you can go to, doctors and just different things, resources here that you can have access to that are not complying, that don't care about it, that agree with what we are saying. You know what I mean? And you hate to do that because I want to encourage you, if you're being denied a service, whether it's restaurant, whether it's medical, whether it's, whatever it is, that I just encourage you to address it and take some sort of action towards it, because that's the only way it's going to make a difference.
Doug, look at the comments. Mattress
Yes,
King.
I am. When I try to find these people that are trolls in here, it's taken, as soon as I click on it, gone. I just got the Mattress Gang dude off there.
Right.
I'm looking for Al Capone. I have somebody else in the green room that wants to come in.
Christy's a great resource, guys, when it comes to if you need facts, okay? Guys, it's something we should all be doing, okay? Is prepare ourselves to show up in these places, but we need to show up with facts, okay?
Absolutely.
Facts do not have emotions, all right? And most of the time, they're undeniable, okay? So what we need to do is make sure we're armed with those, okay? Not only the armor of God, but we need to have the facts present with us. It's not something we need to stop. Hey, let me go find that. It's no, here are the facts. Let's move forward. Right here, right now. Let's move forward. All right. So the other thing that I want to address real quick is your name being in all caps, okay? At your bank, with your income taxes. Guys, you need to find the web address for that video that we shared in the group and get your name out of all caps. Okay. Work with your bank on removing yourself from a corporation, which they legally did to you. Fraud eviscerates all. Okay. Fraud eviscerates all. That goes for the vote. That goes for them creating you as a corporation and trading your name and using your name to make money blindly off of you. All right.
Yeah, let me interject something really quick.
And to enslave you. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Anne Marie, if you're talking about me, you said, where can I find her? I don't know if you're applying to me. You can find me one of two places. You can find me on Facebook and send me a private message or send me a friend request. Okay, but I am under Christy Hutton, HUTTON Fisher, or you can find me on Telegram under TinyBit. And if you need to find me and you forget that, you can always click on the Froggy News Network on our Telegram thread if you're in there, and you can hit on the top part and you can see members and you can scroll through to find me. But it's under TinyBit. It is not under Christy.
Okay. All right. So look, I got somebody in the green room. I want to bring them in. Christy, are you? I'm trying to run you off. If you got anything else,
I'm going to do a bathroom break. Go ahead, Doug.
All right.
Christy, thank you so much.
All right. All right, here we go. I'm bringing my buddy Ken Walls in right now.
What's happening, Jen?
This is my buddy that I got my live streaming course off, and ladies and gentlemen, it actually works because we were pushing 5,500 the other night. I think we're being shadow banned tonight at 2,000. To be honest, there, Ken.
You have 2,000 viewers on here right now.
Right
dude?
now, 1,975.
Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome, though. That just goes to show you how many patriots there are in the United States of America, man.
It really is. And people are looking for answers, and they're not going to find them on the news. They're not going to find them in their local paper. So, you know, we try to scroll through as much information as we can, and then we look through it and decide what we think is appropriate to share with everybody. It's not written in stone, but we try to give them something. You know what I mean, Ken?
Yeah, dude. You know, I'm friends with a lot of very high level celebrities.
I know this.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But one of my very, very good friends. I sent you a message. I was emailing Mike Lindell the other day, the My Pillow guy.
Yes, sir.
And working on getting him on my show. But anyway, a buddy of mine who everybody's heard of, I'm just not going to put his name out there, was recently I don't know if y'all know this, but there was a really big event in
we know all about it.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we listen to what's his name?
Linwood,
the attorney. He went crazy.
And
it did some great numbers and stuff. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah. So he was there, and this buddy of mine is now friends with Mike Lindell, Linwood, I think General Flynn was there. There's a lot of stuff going on people don't know about. Y'all are right.
It really is. I mean, the tour's getting ready to start with Mark McKay,
Scott McKay.
I don't know what. I think we have a radio.
Scott McKay, Robert David Steele, Sasha Stone.
Yeah, and they're going to travel the country in about 10 tour buses, and they're going to do 73 different stops.
Yes,
so a lot of things are about to happen.
It's the can opener to the can of whoop ass. That's what it is.
No, I see Nick Baker's comment. He said he was there. That's there were 4,000 people there.
Yeah, absolutely, 4,500 people there. And, it rocked. I watched the whole thing. I'll never know why they didn't charge for the live stream to recap some of the money that they spent to put everything out. I would have gladly paid $20 for it.
Where was the live stream? I didn't even know they
live streamed the whole event. I watched the whole event.
Yeah, we put it out. We put it out in our Telegram group all weekend.
Am I in your Doug? Am I in your
I don't think
Telegram
I'm
group?
going to invite you in my Telegram group. I had to shut it off because it got to 1,500 people. And just like Greg Cardone teaches us, if you don't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. Dude, we got all kind of haters in our group. Right now, I probably got 5 trolls in the comments on here. And
dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You gotta love your haters, man.
Well, we have this. I guarantee you, if we got like 2,000 people on here now. 1,500 of these people come every time we come live. It's the
That's
same
awesome.
people we talk to. There's new people, but they come with us, and we tell them that God's in control of what's going to happen.
Yep.
When it moves, it moves. We can't. We quit giving out dates. Something's going to happen. When God moves it, it's going to move. Don't lose your faith. I believe that the country is about to see something it's never seen before, and I believe God's going to move us in a way that the world's never seen before. And if you don't believe that, we're in a world of hurt right now.
Wow, dude. I'm with you, man. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people after January 20th just went, I mean, I know I did, man. I was like, this ain't happening, man. This is not real. This can't be real. Like, so anyway,
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so I
if
remember
you saw any of it, guys, if you saw any of the inauguration and you were careful at what you were watching, you would have
Yep.
noticed that most of it was videoed ahead of time.
Yep.
There were some parts of it were live, but most of it was videoed ahead of time. And guys, that was my clue right there. That one, the arrests weren't going to happen right then, like the expectation was, and two, that this was going to take a lot longer than everybody's expectations were at the time.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because, you know, this type of info war is very fluid. It's very fluid. One move has to go before the next move can go. And you know, we're finally at the stage where, you know, a couple of things that are very hot, like Maricopa County, are unfolding that are going to crack it all open.
Hey, my buddy Jennifer Moran, if you guys, Doug, if you can see her comments, we don't have a huge Telegram group, but we got a.
That's where I started out in your Telegram group, because I remember coming to you, and then I kind of talked to you before you went live one night, and you were so upset with the whole thing. I was like, well, I'm not talking to him no more about that. But that made me start this with him. The next day we started doing this. That was like 3 months ago.
Kenny told me for 2 weeks I was crazy. I was batshit crazy.
Who did?
Doug did.
I told him he was when he told me. He says, "I'm telling you right now that the White House will never be used again." And this is 3 months ago. And they're going to blow it up. They're going to blow up the Capitol, and they're going to blow up the Supreme Court. It's all satanic, and they're going to get rid of all of them all around the world, and they're going to bring in the SAR, and they're going to bring in the quantum financial system, and everybody looks at you like you're talking from another planet when you start talking like that.
You know, it's crazy what's going on, man. I mean, we've never ever in the history of the world have we seen anything like what's happened,
and it's
and
like
what's coming,
and it's like every day gets dumber.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the Scooby-Doo reveal. Pull the mask off. I mean, when you even got Fox News going, Joe Biden, who's really behind that mask? They're coming out and saying he's fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, guys, wait till you see what Pelosi does in the coming days or coming weeks.
She's a trump card. She's the one
Yeah,
who's going to tell
absolutely.
everybody.
She's one of 5 trump cards. Okay, all right.
We're deep down this rabbit hole.
She made a deal in 2018 when she broke the House floor rules and did what she did by walking off after cussing and throwing the book at him. All right. She made a deal with Trump that at that time to be a trump card. Okay. She's the one that's going to break the fraud open.
Did you say Pelosi?
Yeah,
Yes.
Pelosi. She's already been arrested.
Wait. Hold on. Now say that again, man. Say it slower for us dummies up here in Ohio.
She's the one that's going to be the one to take the Maricopa County stuff and force the fraud into the investigation.
She has traded her life of living for the life of being dead.
Right.
And she actually, when you watch her close on TV, there's 2 different people playing her now. One actually is 30 years younger and doesn't have a turkey neck. When she's outside, she wears giant glasses and covers her neck so nobody will see that the younger one has don't have the turkey neck. There's at least 2 people that play her. There's 3 different people that play Biden. James Woods is one of them.
Wow.
James Wood's almost the same age and the same build. So that's him with the. I've taken pictures, snapshots of him outside, and you can see where the mask ends and the earlobe don't connect. You could tell it's a mask that he's wearing, whoever that is. And nobody at 78 years old falls down 3 times on a flight of stairs and jumps up like that unless they're about 30 years old. I'm 60. I fall down 3 times like that. I'm going to need somebody to help me up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just know it's fake. And everybody, the fakeness is unreal anymore. It's like I said, dumber by the day. They have no power whatsoever. Biden's in control of 12 square miles.
You got to be honest though, man. It's been, I mean, this whole thing for the last year and a half now. I mean, it's been the best period in my entire life for funny memes. I mean, there's been some,
Absolutely.
there's been some really good memes coming out of this joke.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done research, and Pelosi's family is involved with the Vatican mafia.
Wow.
The Bush family changed their name to Bush when they came to this country. They're they were Nazis in World War II. Absolutely.
Wow.
We have all the paperwork that's been released on JFK's assassination. They've released it all. It was the Bushes that killed him.
Yeah, I mean, what do you find out what the Marines learned when they raided the CIA headquarters in 2017? I mean, literally days after Trump was inaugurated, the Marines, a division of the Marines, raided CIA headquarters and found a lot of this stuff.
Wow.
In Langley, Virginia. Okay.
So I heard you say earlier when I was just watching, I was like, all right, Doug, I sent Doug a message. I'm like, all right, bro, I got to be on here. But I heard you talking about, was it who one of you said that Trump, or maybe it was in the comments, that Trump is still in charge.
Yes.
You both said that at the same time.
Well, because we believe it. That's why.
Well, it's not just a belief. It's factual.
Wow.
He's still riding around on Air Force One.
Wow.
We got
he's not in charge. He's not in charge of the civilian side of things right now. Okay, which is where he's got to be in order for us to turn this completely around on the federal level.
Delta Force. They move him around constantly. They said when his brother died in New York, he actually had plastic surgery. His brother looks almost like him. Now he looks almost exactly like him because he's the guy that wears his hat down because he doesn't have the same hairline. When anybody meets anybody in Florida, it's not Trump, it's his brother. He never talked very much either. He just see pictures.
He's in charge of the military, full force in charge of the military. He's also in charge of all the world banks.
Good Lord.
Okay. He is the CEO of all world banks right now.
The Rothschilds don't, they don't own us no more. We have got our freedom back since then. That's when the SAR kicks in and all the banks go over to the quantum bank system, and when everything goes out, they're going to reevaluate everybody's currency, and then everybody's currency will be switched over to the quantum banking system, which is coming shortly.
Well, see, what they've done since 99 is they've pretended and been allowed to pretend that they had an actual legitimate government in Congress and the presidency, but they haven't, because the corporation went bankrupt in 99. It was dissolved in 2018 of May. All right. Fully dissolved.
Yeah.
By Trump and his administration. But they've pretended and been able to carry on the lie this whole time since 99. And that's why, once they unshut up the flag guy, that's going to be an interesting story too.
He saved the flag from going back to England. Right. He holds the flag. But anyways, what was I about to say? It is crazy what's going on, and it doesn't even make any sense. A lot of it don't, but we try to interpret what we can. The more you go down this rabbit hole, the more it goes out. It's all just nuts. And,
and Doug, you were saying this a minute ago when you called me a few months ago and we were talking, and I said, dude, it wasn't that I don't think you're right. That wasn't it.
You had enough of it.
I was like a lot of people. But
Russell J. Gould.
I'm where you was 3 months ago.
I get it. But here's the thing, man. Like now that we're seeing this BS joke thing going on, like, come on. This is a freaking like.
Do you know that Joe Biden has never flown on Air Force One? Every time it goes in the air with him on it, it just says NA. It never says Air Force One. He is recognized as the president of the United States. He does not have the codes to the nuclear devices. Never has. His Secretary of Defense isn't even allowed in the Pentagon.
Wow.
No. I mean, these are all things we know for sure.
That's amazing.
And, it's just crazy. And I know that you got to be careful what you say because you got all your stuff going on too. We're just trying to let you know what we have learned doing a lot of investigations and stuff.
And there's stuff that we know that we can't say yet. Okay. And when we have to be real careful when we're on here because the emotions can run high and you can say some things that you're not supposed to say yet.
I've been kicked off Facebook and all these platforms like 5-6 times now.
Oh my God.
And that's why we're being shadow banned right now.
We don't want the white hat guys come smacking us on the hand either.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's why I'm keeping it. I'm stay. Listen, Doug and I've had these conversations. I gotta, you gotta try to rationalize.
Be careful. You can't go too deep down the hole. I understand. But here's what you need to know. I'm going to send you a video tonight. It's called The Two Presidents. And this gentleman, Kim Clement, a prophet, told the whole story of this 6 years ago. Before Trump was even president, he said there'll be two presidents. There'll be two impeachments. He talks directly to God. He's dead now. He was supposed to meet Trump, and he died the day before because he's a prophet. And everything that he said about the election and the two presidents and Trump being president has came true. He said that God will set the person that is in charge aside for a season from winter to spring. Okay. So it's just now spring. So God doesn't work in days of weeks or hours or minutes. He works in seasons.
That's right.
So that's why this is so biblical. A lot of what we're seeing is in the book of Revelations. That's why we have a lot of religious people on our show. We try not to cuss too much, but it's real stuff going on. And
it is, man. It's biblical.
They won't even talk to me, bro. My brother voted for 45, and we got to talking the other night, and he wants to bet me money that's nothing going to change. How about supporting me and don't try to hustle me out of money, man? Let's go.
Hey, what are you guys called on YouTube? I'll share it over on my YouTube channel.
The Frog News Network.
Okay, I'm gonna look you. I wonder if I'm following you. I'm gonna look it up right now. I can share on YouTube. So
guys and girls, if you're ever wanting to know how to live stream, this is my mentor right here. I'm telling you, he said, Doug, pick something controversial, and you'll have people on your stream. And
I did.
And it's gone off the hook. I mean, honestly, it has. He's got the best course there is out there. If you guys want to reach out to me, I'll put you in touch with him.
Thank you, bro.
He's been real good to me. Me and him sit there. He's had shows on Sunday. He knows everybody. I mean, Ken knows everybody. Movie stars. He knows everybody. I mean, he's a pretty big deal. He's a big deal on our show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Personally, I mean, that's pretty strong.
Yeah. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you saying that. Look, man, I got to tell you, of all the students that I have, of all the people that I mean, dude, you're freaking killing it. I don't have anybody. I don't even get the numbers you're getting. I guess I need to be more controversial. Wow.
Well, you want to start talking about aliens? Watch the thing go up. Let's talk about reptilians. Let's talk about clones. Let's talk about who's really running the world. How Nazi Germany brought all these people over from World War II. The Nazis were working with the reptilians. That's how they got anti-gravity aircraft, which we have now. I've got pictures and videos of anti-gravity aircraft. We've never been to the moon in a rocket ship. We go on anti-gravity aircraft, and it takes them about 11 minutes to get there. They go from the East Coast of the United States to England in like 45 seconds. They got them. They got them following the troops. It looks like they're just hovering. It's all magnets, and nuclear reactors within the ship.
Wow.
Crazy. And they've been having for 30 years.
Listen, and here's the thing, man. People might like anybody that's been like, okay, I'm going to be very, look, there's Joe Ingram. What's up, bro? I'm going to be very careful how I say this. So,
okay.
Anybody that's been watching this circus with the clowns and the monkeys for the last year and a half may have before all this happened may have said, dude, that's some crazy shit you're talking about.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
now it's kind of making
But
sense.
now it's like, hey man, you know what? I think you
when
might
the
be right.
conspiracy theorist comes true.
Dude.
I quit watching Alex Jones because
we're no longer theorists. We're analysts, conspiracy
Right.
analysts.
Well, here's what it is, Ken, and I don't say this in any other way. We are the news now. Because
Yes.
what you watch on TV is controlled by the FBI and the
Yeah.
CIA. They give them a script every night and then they stick to it. It's absolute truth. And people that, the same people, and I don't want to bring this up, the people that got the poke in the arm are the same people driving around with 2 masks on. If I didn't hear it on TV, it can't be true. What
Dude.
the hell, man?
Hey, by the way, when I just shared it, I shared it on my YouTube channel, and I said the real news. So, I mean, because look, it is, man. It is.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is, man. And people need
Doug
to.
and I, we work real hard not to say anything that's not factual.
Yeah.
Okay. And we talk about it hours on end throughout the day before we get up here and jump on it. And we follow through and follow back through the stories that we're going to cover and make sure that there's facts and it has a foundation, of fact.
What we're watching is actually what they call a movie. You don't think that giant ship got stuck in the Suez Canal was just that was planned.
I saw a little. What was that?
Well, guess what the name of the ship was? The call sign: Hillary Rodham Clinton, Evergreen.
No.
Do you know what Evergreen? Yes, that was the name of the ship. Well, the call sign was Hillary Rodham Clinton. They showed it in the bridge. Space Force wrecked the thing. We have crazy stuff now where that's why no country will attack us. We have what's called the wrath of God, and we can do it from space. It's like a nuclear explosion. They shoot a small metal aluminum rod from space down. By the time it hits, it's like a nuclear explosion without the radiation. That's how they've taken out so many of these DOMs. That's how they've already hit that big dam, the Three Gorges Dam, what it wants. They got a 7-foot hole in it. So when they're ready to go, under that dam is a secret CIA supercomputer that does all the mining for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is owned by the people that traffic children.
Here's one for you.
Wow.
Look up Steve Mnuchin and the movies that he was involved in, the Treasury Secretary. Okay. Yeah. Look up the movies that he was involved in. Guarantee you those movies are mimicking some of what we're seeing right now.
Absolutely. This is a movie we're watching.
And he directed this movie we're watching right now.
Not be for everybody. Because when we tell you we're going from 3G to 5G, and that most everything that you think that can't be cured, there is a cure for. 6,000 cures coming. All the hospitals will be gutted. They're bringing in med beds. Light and heat is going to cure everything.
Dude, your viewers are giving me crap about looking surprised. Let me look, Carol Schmidt.
We got seasoned people on here, bro.
I know.
Hey, they are drinking the Kool-Aid.
Listen, man, I'm awake. Doug, you can tell him, man.
Look. I know Ken, and I can't even reveal what he's told me, but I can tell you that he was in touch with people in the government at some of the highest levels.
Highest.
And he knows exactly what's going on. He probably knows stuff right now, and probably had to sign NBA. He can't even talk about what he knows. You know what I mean?
I got it. Like, I have, I just got to be careful. So, but look, and here's the truth too, is there's a lot, man, that I can't, I'm focused. I'm doing I have my training academy. I have my
Right.
mastermind
You can
groups.
take away from that to get down this rabbit hole. It costs
I
you money.
man, because I'll tell you, I start getting pissed off.
Yeah, I remember the night I talked to you. You were pissed. This has probably cost me a couple $100,000. This damn shit.
Oh, dude,
And I'm like, let me finish.
Ken, one
Hold on,
thing that
hold
I've
on,
had
Mike.
to, okay, go ahead.
Let me finish with Evergreen. Okay, so the boat stuck in the Suez Canal, which is connected to the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Hillary Rodham Clinton, her call sign when she was with the Secret Service and her old man was president was Evergreen. What she owns the company Evergreen. What do you think that they what they put in them containers is? Live art. What do you think live art is? Live children. They found 3,000 people on that ship in them containers, a nuclear device and all kind of other stuff that you're not going to see. It's going to come out in the movie, but you don't see that. That's what they found on that ship. And then meanwhile, they went under the Suez Canal, which connects all the internet, and they took the Navy SEALs and went under there and cut all the wires to the banking systems and everything else.
Dude, nothing surprises me anymore.
No.
I heard about it. I heard something about children, and I'll stop there. But
we all know about the adrenochrome. We all know about the harvesting the children. We all know about the murdering the children. What do you think was under why do you think that they're blowing up the Capitol, the White House, and the Supreme Court? They were doing it in the tunnels underneath the Capitol. That's why it was supposed to go down a long time ago, Ken, is because when they sent the National Guard in there, they had to send for reinforcements. Over 30-some thousand came to help because when the special forces went underground and seen what was under there, they needed psychological help, and they had to bring more soldiers in to clean the tunnels out, which have been blown up, steamed out, and everything. It's all closed up.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming. And I mean, I'm so down this hole now that my daughter won't even speak to me or answer the phone.
Wow.
I love her to death, but it's all going to come out.
I mean, I just said this today. I was talking to somebody at a very high level, and I can't say who.
Right.
But I said, here's the bottom line. The bottom line is, once it becomes a fact, it's no longer a conspiracy. Once it's true, it's not a conspiracy.
Well, the CIA invented conspiracy theory.
Sure. Yeah.
And they've been the dirtiest organization we've ever had. And actually, Space Force has taken over most of the stuff the CIA does now.
Wow.
And here, I'll just go over this real quick. So when Trump first came in office, he took this big piles of paper and CDs and DVDs to each country after he became president. And every one of them had to capitulate with him, or he was going to expose all the child trafficking. So when they capitulate, they work with our country and work for our country now. How many countries did he go to, Mike?
212.
212.
Wow.
Now he's in control. After they did that, you can look this up. I'll send you the video. He went over to where's all the oil at? Saudi Arabia. And he went over there, and how they celebrate who's in charge is the sword dance.
Yeah.
So he went over there, and believe it or not, the person standing in the middle holding a sword is in charge. Who do you think was in charge holding that sword up? It was Trump.
Wow. Yeah.
And he went to the biggest
I remember seeing that somewhere.
And listen, and the biggest greeting he had was in India. There was 90,000 people screaming his name. They scream his name in China. They love him in China because he's not here to save this country. God's using him like David. He's here to save the whole entire earth from what all these Satanist people are doing to our children. And we were born as slaves. They've been using our birth certificates to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. I got the website. My birth certificate has gained $73,000 interest since I was born in 1960. And I got the website. You can put your birth certificate number in, and it'll tell you. It's a government website.
Well, hey, I really, Doug, I'd really like you to send me you just mentioned a couple of videos. I
will send them to you.
Send
I
them
will
to
red
me
pill you to
on
death.
Telegram. On Telegram.
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
But the I gotta bounce, but I wanted to thank you for letting me pop on
Well,
and
man,
say
thanks
hey
for
to
coming
you.
on. It's been my pleasure to have you in.
Hey, I'm honored, and God bless both of you. I love both of you for what you're doing. Hey, Joe Ingram is on here still asking. He asked a question. He said somewhere way back. He said, I don't know if you saw it, but he said, when is it going to all come out so we can stop being
everything should
mocked?
come to fruition by July 4th. He's going to be at Mount Rushmore, and they'll make the official announcement. But some big things are going to happen this month. There's no doubt, because not only the United States, the world is on edge right now. We're so close to having a civil war within this country that and here's another thing is we're under martial law. But if you go in and read the book on martial law, they don't even have to tell the country we're under martial law. They don't.
I think Doug and I both believe that a period before July the 4th, there'll be 10 days of exposure where somebody from the military, we actually black out mainstream media, social media, and any other kind of media source, and the military actually controls the airwaves at that time, and they'll do 10 days, 8-hour days of full on exposure of everything.
But okay, so I have the Anon stuff out there that I mean they were saying the same thing back in January and December, and there's some of the same stuff. What about all that? They were saying by January this date, and then no, it's going to be February, and they kept moving the date.
I understand. It seems like they're moving the goalposts.
Well, those are not Anons. I mean, those aren't Q people. Those are Anons. All of us. I would be considered an Anon. All of us here would be considered an Anon. Yeah. Guys, we were just trying to decipher and decode the information that military intelligence was sharing with us.
Comes from Q.
Q, right. Q is a military intelligence. It's actually a supercomputer.
Right. Okay.
Before you leave, let me leave you with this. Michael Jackson's still alive. JFK Jr. is still alive. And Elvis is still alive. Elvis is actually a cousin of Trump.
Wow.
And I got pictures of this pastor singing Elvis Presley song with an Elvis impersonator, and it's Elvis. Nobody can hit them notes. And then I'd look at this pastor, and there's video of him coming out of Graceland with the old
dude. I can sing exactly like Elvis.
Huh?
Go ahead, hit it. Let her rip, Potato Chip.
No, not tonight.
Julian Assange is a family member of Trump as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're convinced that he can time travel. We're really getting wild now. How did his son write a book in 1890 then?
Whose son?
Barron Trump wrote a
book in 1890.
Oh, I saw that. Where did I saw that?
How did he do that? Let's time travel.
Wow.
They've already caught his wife time traveling once.
Hey, I got a call coming in, guys.
All right, hey, Ken, I'll send you over that stuff, okay?
Hey, thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Sending you lots of love, and keep doing what you're doing, man. This is awesome.
All right, thanks, Ken.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, we're back. I'd like to thank Ken for coming on. That's the guy that taught me all about live streaming, and evidently some of this, all of it works. But I believe a lot to do with our or how many people watch our stream, and we are being shadow banned tonight because last time I was on day 4 yesterday, we're hitting 5,600. We're only hitting 2,400 because they're giving us false numbers right now. I know they are. I believe we're hitting way up there, probably over 6,000-7,000, but they're catching on to us and slowing us down here. I know there's been a lot of trolls tonight, but I was so intrigued that we had Ken on that I really didn't get to get some of these trolls out of here. But anyways, we all know that Q is the truth. Just like he says, Q is the truth, and we're going to expose the Clintons, you know, the Obamas and all these people for trafficking children. They're all going to be exposed. A lot of the people that you think are alive are already seen their day in military court and already have been executed. There are upwards of 300 people. So you're seeing a lot of doubles. You're seeing a lot of clones. We all know that. There you go. Q is the truth. Q is the truth. What'd you say? Ken got red pilled. I don't think so much. I'm telling you that Ken knows a lot and he's not allowed to say anything. Let's put it this way. And I know that for sure. He knows a hell of a lot more than I know. Okay. He knows a hell of a lot more than I know. And I can't say anything because, you know, I can't. But I'm telling you, he knows people all the way at the top. I'm telling you, he's got Mike Lindell's phone number and address. Grant Cardone is probably the biggest salesperson in the world, and he's personal friends with them. So that's a good guy to know. And we'll have him on again. That was really cool having him on our show. Now, the Q team is, from what we heard, is 12 people or less. Kim Clement absolutely had everything to do with of seeing this back in 2014. He knew Trump was going to be president, and they think that actually the cabal took him out. That'll come out too. Is Kamala working with Trump? I don't think so. Besides, Kamala is a man. All their assets have been seized, just like when we seen this the Vatican's assets, $340 quadrillion. You know, all that gold's back with us and other countries that they stole the money from against our birth certificates. You got to remember, we were born like we're at sea. And this is the easy way to explain being born at sea and you're not born at land. Think about this for a minute. Every time you want to go to a casino and you step foot on and you're off the land and you step on a boat, isn't it funny how they can gamble? There's no laws on the sea. It's pirates. So that's what the look, law stands for land, air, and I just lost law. What's the last one? Land, air, and I'm losing the last. I'm having a mental block. Anyways, Mike will be right back. How is the stream working for you guys? Water. Thanks. Just what I needed. Land, air, and water is what law stands for. And every one of the judges know it. There's Mike. He's back. I was telling them about law stands for land, air, and water, and how our currency is backed by your birth certificates, which no longer they say is like that. But you know, and it doesn't say birth certificate; it says certificate of birth. You were born dead, according to them, right, Mike?
Yep.
And you were what was the name they use? You were like a package. You were cattle, or what is it?
Chattel.
Chattel. That means you were a piece of merchandise.
Property.
Yeah, but that no longer is going to get it.
If you'll look, there's 2 signatures on your birth certificate. I know that's my case, in my whole family's case, the ones that I've checked. Right. There's one signature of the one person that's in the county that signifies live birth, and then there's a signature of the deed, the register of deeds.
You can apply for another birth certificate wherever you were born by you just go to your state's website and you can get another copy of your birth certificate. I just did it with mine out of New York. They said it'd take 2.5 months. It took about 5 weeks.
Another thing is, guys, look for everything. Look at your driver's license. Look at your bank statement. Your name's in all caps. Well, that signifies you're a corporation to them. That's how they're able to, without consent, take money out of your account. If the IRS is doing it, those kind of things. They borrow money from your
consent to do everything they do.
Lend your money out and make profit from it without paying you for it.
Birth certificate yellow from age. That means you got a lot of interest coming. From what we hear, don't hold my head to the ground, but supposedly all the interest we're supposed to get back as soon as NASARA kicks in. and things start to go. Yeah, you know what they said when you was gone? Somebody said, "Man, y'all red pilled the hell out of Glenn." Trust me, he doesn't know some of the crazy stuff like we do, but he knows things high up that we don't know. So, don't sell him short. He knows a lot. We were born in Virginia, and the 60 birth certificate says certificate of birth. Well, I can pull mine out. Born in New York. Mine says certificate of birth too. Most of them do say certificate of birth because there was a birth certificate. You're alive. Certificate of birth means you just existed at one point.
You were a chattel.
AF and Peggy are trolls. Well, let me see if I can find either one of them.
Peggy is a Democrat. That's worse than a troll.
Well, I guess she can type with 2 masks on because can't talk. Come on, man. Tell us, man. Did Biden send you?
Nassar will end all illegal debt. Okay. Nassar will end all illegal debt. Anything to do with fractional reserve banking is illegal.
Yeah, and they can't say it for sure, but what we heard is like automobile loans on your house will all be forgiven because they were gave under false pretenses. All the banks are crooked as hell. And right now, let me go to this. Silver's about to explode.
Before you do that, let's talk about inflation.
Okay, go ahead.
Inflation was part of the Federal Reserve and the fractional reserve banking system that was created from the Federal Reserve, and they're going to remove inflation from us, and we're going to see prices back into the 1950s and 70s through the 70s.
I know that they also use your Social Security number to open businesses in other countries. There's a way to look up your Social Security number, and you're probably surprised to know that you own a couple of businesses overseas. The quantum financial system that's what's coming, and it's going to happen. There's going to be a world event where the whole world looks like it's getting ready to go to war, and that'll be coming the 10 days of darkness. And what we mean by darkness, not everybody's going to lose electricity, but you'll lose the ability to be in contact with other people. You'll get direct directions on your phone under EMS or EBS, whatever they're going to call it. But we know this because if you remember, like, was it 2.5 years ago?
5x5 means loud and clear.
45 sent out a presidential text, and it went to everybody in this country. So they have that ability. They might take all those phone signals down, email down, any way to contact anybody down. But as everybody's seen today, that 45 started his own website where he can put out his information. And he is he's such a guy that everything he posts, it looks just like Twitter on his new website. And you can share it to Twitter, you can share it to Facebook, and you can share it to Instagram. It's the greatest thing ever. You might get barred, but you'll be able to share his stuff. Now,
if you're not getting emergency alerts on your phone, guys, what you need to do is to turn it on in your settings.
Yeah, from what we hear, that they've got enough satellites up now for the free internet, and we also heard that power will no longer have to pay for electricity. That'll be free. Tesla, as we know, was great friends with Trump's cousin. Okay, so they have all the technology for wireless electricity. Why would they put it in service? Because it would have took money out of the Rockefellers' pockets, out of everybody overseas, the Rothschilds' pockets. It would have took money out of it. That's why they never let none of this technology and all these cures out. It would have took billions of dollars and billions of dollars, trillions of dollars away from them and them greedy SOBs. That's why when you see what's getting ready to come out, it's just going to put the cure for cancer, the cure for diabetes, the cure for heart disease, all that. They'll be able to operate on you and never cut you open. Crazy stuff. and very little anesthesia, you'll leave the same day for getting your heart fixed. You'll be able to grow limbs back on your body. I'm going to go to the auto shop. I want them to take off about 70 pounds, run me about 20 years, 25 years back when I'm back in my prime, you know. Yes, there's no doubt that Trump is a genius. They said they'd never tested him, but one of his professors from college said he has an IQ in excess of 160. See, he's dealing with people that are smart, maybe 140, 150. He's playing 5D chess. They're playing checkers. What's that? Banks using employees as customer journey owners. What?
Yes.
What's that, Mike?
Where they're lending out your money and making a profit from it.
Oh, yeah. And they only need to like keep so much money in the bank to make loans. It's like our money isn't worth anything. I'm surprised it hasn't gone belly up before. And it has.
Well, the credit bubble is so close.
Should we screenshot that one? Mike and Doug, you are so smart. Yeah,
thanks.
Because I got people in there telling me the opposite all the time.
Lori, you're absolutely right. We weren't born to be cut on. Our bodies actually house everything we need to heal itself.
That's why I tried to put my operation off 10 days just in case they had the med beds out. It's more like $100 for a sheet of 3/4 plywood right now because it was about 39. You ready? What? I already cashed my birth certificate and got the money in my account. Yeah, sure you did. Did you know what bank it was in? Because you'd have to know up because it wouldn't be in the town you were born in. The bank that actually holds that interest is somewhere other than you reside. Or did you know that? Hunter Biden's gone. He's picking up daisies. You're looking at a clone.
How many we got on, Doug?
2367. We never got above about 25. We're being shadow banned. Guaranteed.
Yes, Charlie Ward's alive.
He's alive. Aha. All right, how long we been on? An hour and 60. We go about 5 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to jump off. What is today? Tuesday, and we'll be back on Thursday. If anything happens sooner, we'll let you know. I mean, things could happen in the middle of the night. We don't know when the EBS is coming. That'd be giving away our hand. I mean, the military's hand. I mean, the takeover's hand. That's why there's been so much false information. Don't nobody know if they're coming or going or when it's going to happen. And they're pretty good at what they're doing, ain't they? Because we don't know. You know, we think we know.
Jeff Longham. If you believe that, I got land on Mars that I'm ready to sell you. $5 an acre.
Said he got his money from the Bank of Greenland. Didn't know they had a bank underground. Isn't that where the underground base is? I believe you. If you got it, you got it. Congratulations, you know. If you look it up, birth certificates, you'll find 100 videos on YouTube's about your birth certificates. We love you back. False information. Oh. Who's giving fault? Well, let me just block your ass.
Hunger Games is definitely a cat out of the bag type movie.
Hunger Games?
Yes. Guys, let me explain this to you one more time about Charlie Ward. To the best of my knowledge, he is entertaining a lot of people. He has humongous list of people that follow him, okay? He is to be trusted. There are times when he was paid to infiltrate the bad guys. Okay, that's why you see pictures of him and Bill Clinton. That's why you see pictures of him with Epstein
and DJ from over there. Yeah,
right. Okay, they all had a part in infiltrating, but Charlie Ward also is one of the largest movers of gold in the world.
That's
his integrity and his paperwork and facts are there to back it all up.
Are they holding court? Military
RS is gone.
Who?
The IRS is gone. It's been moved out of the
Okay.
United
Are they
States.
currently holding military tribunals in D.C.? Something's going on right now because they ran Richard out of there, really. I mean, they physically ran him out of there.
Doug's theory on that, I think, is pretty close, if you ask me. Doug, you want to tell them your theory
On what?
on what's going on in D.C.?
The military's back. We believe they're holding tribunals right now in D.C., and that's the reason Richard Citizen journalist is going out to Arizona right now. They don't want him taking pictures and filming anything to do with the Capitol, the White House, because they bring them the other day the plasma attack or the power attack or energy attack was a reason to bring the troops back. They're back. They're just not announcing they're back. The mainstream media is not announcing they're back. We seen the buses. Okay, we know they're back. So that's what I figure is going on in D.C. And then they don't build a wall in a rose garden because they're planting new flowers. They don't want you to see what's going on. Everything's been removed from the White House. We seen all the moving vans last week.
Guys,
go ahead. We seen all the moving vans last week, even down to the door handles they have taken out and putting cheap ones in, because our thought is they're going to blow the place anyway. So nobody will ever live in the White House again after what they found out that happened underneath in the tunnels. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so not advising anybody not to pay their taxes, guys. The RS no longer exists, okay, in the United States, along with the Federal Reserve. However, they have been allowed to run alongside the United States Treasury for a year, okay, while things are switched over. So you still see stuff from the RS, but they cannot willfully take your money unless you give them consent to, okay? When you sign the bottom of the tax form, when you file your taxes, you are giving them consent. Read the small print.
There's no law that says you have to pay taxes. You consent to pay taxes.
That's right.
When you applied for your Social Security card, you consented. If they
Well,
told
when you signed a tax form,
if you would have just went and got an EIN number, which is an employee identification number, you can use that same number for every place you need to use your Social Security number. And you still can do it. You still can. I don't know if you can even order one from the IRS at this point because they've been disbanded.
So let me once again reiterate, we're not telling you not to pay your taxes or file your taxes. We're not telling you not to pay your bills. We're just telling you the things that are possible when this all goes down. I know Trump has said many times, and so has members of his administration, said income tax will go away when things are straightened out.
Like I said, it's just kind of funny in our town that Trump come to town.
The W-2s, guys, is another form of consent. It says at the top of request to withdraw taxes from your pay. It says request. It's not saying it's law. It's a request. So if you sign it, you are consenting to them to take income taxes out. Read the small print.
Yes, it is. Willie made a lot of money and blown his money. He got it all back, though. What do we know about Juan O'Sullivan?
Okay, silver, Doug.
Silver. All right. Listen, there's a rule called the COMEX. Let me look it up to give you the exact one. So I'm gonna go back a couple of on my page.
All that stuff is going away. Property taxes, all that stuff is going away.
All right, with the silver, guys, the COMEX rule 589. That keeps silver from going up too high or dropping down too low. They can freeze it for 1 or 2 minutes, and then they vote on will they let it go back? Will they go back into trading? This is a manipulation of silver now for over 100 years. But they put the law into effect in 1982, I think. That law is going to cease to exist by the 22nd of this month. Right now, we're seeing crazy things. It only went up to 26.97 today, and on the debit thing on the U.S. debt clock, it's showing that silver lost $400. It's still at $4,800. So what I'm telling you, when this COMEX rule no longer exists, and just hold on to your silver, because here's what's going to happen is the supercomputer for the quantum bank system is going to set the price of silver and gold every morning, and our estimates are $5,000 to $10,000 an ounce, or if not more, because it's been held back on what it's worth for so many years. I am talking about silver, Deborah.
Carl Bruno, property tax is going away. It does not require taxes to pay the city workers. Okay, there is such thing called as capitalism and commerce. Each city has the ability to make money outside of taxes. Think of your port cities. Think of all kinds of things that your state is great for. There is an opportunity for commerce. Taxes are not needed. All the trade agreements have been redone, and that was the reason why they were redone, because the tax money in the first place was never going, especially on a federal level, was never going to pay any bills of the United States government, all right, or federal employees. That was all going to Great Britain, the Vatican, and the Bank of London. So, I mean, you really should know what you're talking about before you jump off of there and say property tax is going away, so the city workers are going to work for free. No, the city workers aren't going to work for free.
No, nobody is.
But
everybody,
your city should be ran much more like a business versus a political establishment.
Listen, you don't want gold or bronze. You want silver. Silver is the thing overregulated. Gold is not overregulated like that. There's a great squeeze on silver right now. You got to know, but before there was the squeeze, what it was is you could buy silver and say, well, I want 100 ounces. Would you like that delivered to you, or would you like a certificate for it? They're holding too many certificates that they can't produce the silver for. Do you understand? If everybody came with their certificate and said, give me silver now, that's what's going to break Wall Street. That's what's going to break all the banks. That this is the end plan for the stock market, the silver. Trust me. I wished I had more guts to buy more. I got 150 ounces.
Yes, the quantum system is on, but it's not fully in control yet. Someone asked if the quantum system was on. It is mirroring the stock market for the people that are in goodwill and good faith trying to make money with the stock market and of other various markets. It is mirroring those to make sure that money is not lost when it crashes.
That's it. And good food without chemicals in it's about to come out too. There's so many things that the ingredients that they put in food that causes cancer, causes high blood pressure, causes you to gain weight. We've been, a science experiment since we were born, basically. So when it comes out, you're going to see a lot more people that grow their own food. You ordered 1 kilo. I hope that was silver.
Guys, other precious metals are at play as well. Gold and silver are in the hot seat.
Silver is very inexpensive compared to gold. Is
platinum, titanium. Yeah.
Silver is, you can buy it at 33 an ounce right now. That's really funny. Dennis Rodman will be the ambassador.
Well, the funny thing is it's probably true. They love Dennis.
I don't think dude's alive over there no more. I think he died about last year when he had all that trouble, or that could have been part of you just don't know, because with all the deep fakes and everything, you start saying to yourself, what's really real anymore? What am I'm seeing, but is it really real? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like I taught my Cub Scouts, be prepared. You got that right. Because it could come as soon as we hang up from this, could come in the middle of the night, and there's going to be no warning. People will be flipping out that you ain't red pilled.
Gates is pushing up dandelions from hell. That's right.
Yeah, he is. He's getting divorced from what, that man? Oh, did y'all see? I got to bring this up. Did you see Caitlyn Jenner's advertisement to run for governor? Oh my God, I thought I was going to puke. I threw up a little in my mouth. Shows them on the Wheaties box winning, and then it shows this it. And it's talking like a man, but it's got boobies. I mean, I just can't. Well, I know I can't wrap myself around it. I don't want to either.
What about the silver certificate dollar bill, Doug?
Don't know anything about them. I imagine they'll back that currency as well.
Yeah, all currencies will be back. I think you'll get 2% on
like
most
that.
of it.
Will be you'll be able to trade. And I'm not even for sure. Are we going to dollars, 5, 10s, 20, and hundreds again? We might have a national currency, a nationwide currency that's all on the same level, or everything is going to be like the lady was telling us the other night. All the money has to be reevaluated across the whole world.
It is our belief that Lady Di is alive.
I don't know if there's any help for Caitlin. The med beds are not going to help that. God created man, he created woman. There's no in between. Okay.
Guys, go to Ancestry.com. You'll see a lot of proof on these people being dead. Ancestry.com.
I have no idea what 1921.
Somebody went straight there today and looked up the Gates things when the divorce information started coming out. They're showing dead.
And it's been a bad day and a bad week coming up for the so-called Pope. There was paperwork filed on him today. Well, then they'll pay you silver if it says it's be paid in silver. But our currency is not backed by anything right now. It is backed by gold and silver now. But if you tried to cash that in last year, you wouldn't get paid by. You got paid by the fake money. That's what I call it, fake money.
Fiat currency.
All right, guys, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. We're going to call it a night. It's been our pleasure to be on here with you guys.
Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. We love you.
I want to thank Ken Walls for coming on. My teacher had to do live stream. He done a hell of a job. But God's the one pulling all y'all in that we can talk to you. So if we're
also grateful for Christy.
Christy, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate you. Sorry. If we just help one person understand a little bit more about what's going on and provided you with some real news as opposed to the fake news, we've done our job. Know that this is a place that you can come and not be ridiculed unless you're a troll. And know where you can share. We have a lot of repeat people come back, and we love you, and that's why we're here, to help each other as God would want us to do. So thanks a lot for coming on. We love you. Mike, you have anything to say? Good night.
God bless each and every one of you. We love each and every one of you, and we're so grateful for that y'all sharing things out and joining us here each and every night that we come on. Guys, if something happens tomorrow, we will jump on. Otherwise, you probably won't see us until Thursday.
Yeah. All right. Good night, y'all.